The Orioles land Luis Castillo, but wait, it's not that Luis Castillo that Mike Elias has pulled out a deal for. Hello, everybody. I'm Jon Leiberman. This is Orioles Digest. We come to you again with a fledgling Orioles team. We're going to go over that. We're going to go over the Orioles pickup of Luis Castillo from Seattle. Sounds great when you say it. It's not the Luis Castillo you think it is. We're going to get to that. We're going to go in depth on the pitching numbers, the hitting numbers, and then who can save the birds at this point, who's coming back this weekend to help as reinforcements. Again, please like, subscribe, do all of the things. We will keep you updated on what heretofore has been a disastrous season. The Birds are now 13-22 after losing their last four. How bad are they? Lost 7 of 11 series. What else can I tell you? On pace for 60 wins. On pace for more than 100 losses. Something has to change. We all know that. And I'll put that out to you all. What do you want to see changed? Is it time to think about Brandon Hyde going? I don't think so. I don't think Brandon Hyde is the issue. I think it's the injuries and the lack of production by the offense. I actually think the pitching is going to kind of right itself. We're seeing signs like that. Even Charlie Morton last night had a performance that was not so bad, not Charlie Morton up to this point bad. 4 innings, 3 runs, not terrible, keeps you in the game. But if you can't score any runs, you can't score any runs. So, who is going to save the Birds? Well, let's talk about a move the Orioles made. So, the Orioles have landed right-hander Luis F. Castillo from the Seattle Mariners. Not to be confused with the Luis Castillo, who many of us have been clamoring for the Orioles to actually obtain. So who is Luis F. Castillo? Well, he's a 30-year-old. He's made 2 starts for the big league club this year, 4 for their AAA Tacoma team. A 5.91 ERA, 17 Ks, and 12 walks. He signed with Seattle over the offseason, and we can say this. He had great seasons overseas. Absolutely, stellar, in Japan and elsewhere. 3 ERA with 108 strikeouts. So, the guy can throw. The problem is this year he's been horrible. This year he's been absolutely horrible. A 2.7 whip, and he's been absolutely shelled. So how does this help the Orioles? Well, this isn't exactly kind of an impact trade. I would not call this an impact trade by any stretch of the imagination. He's already been optioned down to AAA. I suppose what you could say is, well, here's another depth starter should you have another injury or need just a fresh arm. He's a depth starter along with the likes of, say, Brandon Young and Chase McDermott, who are both down. Brandon Young's on the IL, and McDermott is working his way back. So, again, another depth move. What do you all think about it? We've been saying depth since 6 months ago. And so are you tired of the depth, and are you ready for an actual move that moves the needle? Well, probably when I show you these statistics, which I'm going to right here, you're probably going to say, we got to make a move that makes a difference at this point. Again, I put a lot of this on the bats. Maybe you don't, but when you look at these team ranks for the talent we have, it's just almost unbelievable that we would be 28th in Major League Baseball in hits, 30th in doubles, 25th in RBIs. We're not patient at the plate. 28th in walks. 27th in steals because we're not getting guys on base. Near the bottom in average. Near the bottom on base percentage. And the guys we do get on base, we never get home because with runners in scoring position, we are abysmal. In May so far, hitting below 100 with runners in scoring position. And you can't, as you all know, you cannot win games like that. Adding insult to injury, these are the updated pitching stats. Near the bottom of the league in everything. Wins, obviously. ERA, 5.5. 5.5 on ERA. We're not striking anybody out. There's no save opportunities because we're never up. Giving up a lot of hits, a ton of earned runs, and a ton of home runs. Even to teams who heretofore were not power teams, like the Kansas City Royals. So this is a very bleak picture right now. So then you start to ask yourself, well, who can change this, if anybody? I can tell you it's not most likely going to be this man, Luis F. Castillo. So how can Mike Elias fix this? It's not going to be one guy, but we have two guys coming back who hopefully could make an impact. One, Zach Eflin, after his stellar start down at Single A. He's going to be back this weekend with the Birds when they are in Anaheim. And the second Oriole who will be back this weekend as the Birds go to Anaheim is Tyler O'Neill. So Tyler O'Neill will be back. So what do you hope for? Well, you hope that Zach is the same Zach that he was before he went on the IL with that 3-run ERA and just solid starts. He gives you innings and he keeps you in the ball game. So you hope for that. And you hope that Tyler O'Neill comes back healthy and somehow can provide some sort of spark for the Birds lineup. After O'Neill comes back, Westy is kind of right behind him in terms of coming back as well. What do you all think? What is the spark that is going to get this team to just start winning a series, start winning a game or two? This is the stretch of May that we were hoping the Orioles were going to be able to capitalize on the fact that they were playing average teams. The problem is the Orioles are one of the worst teams right now. So even the average teams look amazing. I'm Jon Leiberman. This is Orioles Digest.